Let's jump over to World Superbike because, like I said, there's a lot of championships. We got to talk about Superbike between Top Rock and Bulaga. It doesn't seem like there's anyone else that may push up close to those guys in the championship, which is that's a whole different story. There's 4 rounds left of World Superbike, so it's getting close. What are your thoughts? You guys think that Top Rock can defend it? Do you think that Bulaga just need to just run his race and not worry about the championship this year? Because next year and probably the next few years is his to lose. Start with TJ.
No, I think Bulaga wants to win now. I mean, to beat someone who is the champ, it means a lot too. So he's definitely been trying. You can see it all year. He didn't want to go through any mistakes, and when he did, it showed it. But I think he still wants to put in the fight to try to win this championship. Which he just got to finish in front of Top Rack. That's all. Which is not easy said and done, but um, I know once Top Rack goes to MotoGP, I'm sure it's all Bulaga show for maybe a couple of years. We'll see, but I think he definitely wants to put the fight into the end of the season. He's only down a couple points anyway. 25,
28,
26,
28,
28,
26, my bad. Yeah, 26.
26. So, hopefully he can pull it out.
Yeah, I hope so. Reese, what are your thoughts there with Top Rock and Bulaga? It feels like it's Top Rock's to lose because he's been riding so well lately. The only thing I can see that can jack him up was, similar to last year when he got hurt and he had to recover. I really don't see. I don't know what the 2026 Panigale looks like, but it seems like the 24 Panigale is just a little bit not a full match to the BMW or the way Top Rack is riding it.
Well, I mean, you got to think. I mean, Top Rack is a different kind of animal. I mean, he can ride any bike to beyond a limit. I mean, he's rode that R1 beyond his limit when he actually was on there. But besides Top Rock having a DNF or something bearing us out of his control of a malfunction or anything like that, I mean, it's Top Rock to lose. But the same thing with TJ said. I think Bulaga wants to win, and he wants to win now because that will solidify Bulaga's run. I mean, if I'm playing against the best, I want to beat the best. And right now, Top Rock is the best. So if Top Rock leave and I win, does that really say that I'm the best? That just says I'm the best now, but I didn't beat the best. And that's where Bulaga might want to stand at, and he wants to beat the best to say I am the best.
What are your thoughts about that, Lewis? Is you think that Bulaga is thinking that, which also maybe he's thinking next year if he beat Top Rock this year, does that put a little bit of fear into the guys for next season and saying, hey, we don't stand a chance as well? What are your thoughts on it?
Whether or not he beats Top Rack or not, I mean, that fear is going to be there next year because his performance the last 2 years has just been on another planet. The only person that's really given him any competition has been Top Rack. And last year, he could have he had as good an opportunity last year as he has this year to win the championship. He's only 26 points behind, and that's one race. If he wins one race and Top Rack has a DNF, like now they're down to a point difference. With 4 races left, if he was to win every race and Top Rack came in second, Top Rack would still win the championship. But again, he's just got to go out there and ride the best he can. As a competitor, I would think that he wants to beat Top Rack while Top Rack's still in World Superbike. Like he doesn't want to wait till next year to win a championship. He wants to win a championship this year, and he wants to beat Top Rack before he disappears. Because when Top Rack is gone, like everybody else says, yeah, you're the champion, but you're the champion because the previous champion vacated the belt. You didn't beat him for the belt. And at the end of the day, your check still looks the same, whether you beat the champ to become the champ or not. You're still going to get paid really well to be the champ. But as a personal goal, I would think Nicolo Bulaga wants to be Top Rack before Top Rack goes away. Because looking at the rest of the field now, I hate to say it, I mean, he's not going to he's probably going to be able to walk away with the championship next year.
Yeah.
I don't see anybody moving to a bike or to a position that's going to be able to compete with him right off the bat. And if the new Ducati that they're going to race next year is even better than what he's racing in now, and he's doing as good as he is doing now on this bike, that maybe is slightly inferior to the BMW, then he's going to pull a Marc Marquez in World Superbike. He's going to be the guy to beat every single weekend, every single sprint. He might run the table because he's not going to have anybody that's going to be competing. The closest guy to him this year is who? Petrucci.
Yeah.
And Petrucci is 150 points behind him.
Hey, he's going to be on a factory bike next year.
He could be on 2 factory bikes. He's still going to be way back there.
He's still going to be way back there.
Yeah. So I hope that it comes down to the wire. I hope Nicolo Bulega is able to pull out 1 or 2 wins in the next couple of races, get that margin down, and maybe take it down to like the last weekend of the year and actually have a shootout head-to-head with Top Rack and just see who's the best at the end of the year at the last track.
Yeah.
Like that's, like for me, I love that. That's the poetic side of racing is, you line up on that last race of the year. And let's say there's like a 6-point difference and you have to beat the guy. You have to beat him by at least 2 or 3 positions to make sure you clear that. And you battle and you see who's the real champ, man. So
yeah,
I just hope Top Rack doesn't run away with it, because then we got 2 runaways in 1 year, and that does suck.
That does suck. You mentioned Bulega. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I mean, I was going to say that last year Top Rack didn't race at this track because I think he was injured, and Bulega ran away with 2 races out of it. So he's definitely got an edge right now to take advantage, but we'll see how that goes.
Right. You mentioned something, Lewis, about Bulega wanting to win this year and maybe have some regrets. What is it about? And I don't know if we can answer it in today's show or even in the future. What is about folks that Jordan still think about the 1 championship he didn't win and rather be able to play that than have the 6 he have? Brady's thinking about the 2 that got away from him. Rossi's thinking about 2015. What is it with guys? And Bulega hasn't lived that yet. He may, if he doesn't win this year and win next year. What is it about people that lose sleep over? And you talk about the checks. They're not struggling for money, so they got enough checks to be like, I shouldn't be sweating this. But what is it about, people that hold on to the ones that the losses that got away from them? Start with TJ.
Yeah. Start with DJ. Give me a second.
That's a tough one. We see it, man. We see it.
Because you look back at the what ifs, like only if I did this one thing, this would have changed. And you start, contemplating and doubting certain situations because you almost had it. Like it's just going back to the Patriots. When we lost to the Giants. They threw a Hail Mary and it should have been batted down. And, I didn't want to bring up that second one, but there was one where they threw the Hail Mary, it should have been batted down. He caught it on his neck, and it's just like, if that catch didn't happen, we would have had another ring, So I always still think about that. It's just certain things where you just want perfection. You just want perfection, so.
Or that year y'all lost to the Eagles where we knocked y'all out.
Oh, yeah? All right. How many rings y'all got?
Hey, we still put y'all on the shelf, though.
You did.
We had to put y'all on the shelf.
Not a lot of teams did, and I guess Rossi and Marquez and these guys are saying, and Jordan, not a lot of people have, but the ones that have, it still hurts. But you want to add anything to that, Reese? You're in the game still and stuff like that. So, do you have from memory one that got away from you, and you can lend a little bit how these guys feel with the ones that they've lost?
One that got away from us. I say, damn, I can't remember what year that was. That was when Tony Elias took it. I mean, that got away from us a little bit. It's always that what if. It's just like TJ said, it's that what if. What if we did this a little better? What if we did that? And we could have had it if we didn't crash here, didn't do that. So you're always going to live in that moment and say, "Dang, we could have had this," and solidified a certain aspect of where we're at. But after a while, you kind of just move on and go on to the next one. But still, always going to live in that era and still live in that light. Because you want to be the most dominant person or the dominant team in the paddock. You want to be in that era of greatness, like Brady, Jordan. We want to be in that era of the greatest teams. When you look back at it. So.
Yeah, you want to go in battle with some gladiators. You don't want to win a war and there was no one else on the battlefield to oppose you. Numbers guy. I mean, you hear these two guys here. You care about check and you care about the overall. So is there one one trophy that gets away as long as the check has got all the proper commas in place? It's a trophy.
No, I mean, the guys at the top of this sport are like any athlete at the top of their sport. They had to maintain this level of aggression and this level of competitiveness to be at the top of the sport. Because like any sport, if you really want to be the best of the sport, you got to wake up earlier than everybody else. You got to work harder than everybody else. You got to be mentally and physically better than everybody else. Like you got to push yourself that much further. And these guys that are at the top that are really battling, the guys like your Valentino Rossi's, your Jorge Lorenzo's, the guys that really put their stamp on any career, whether it's in motorcycle racing, in football like a Tom Brady, in basketball like a Michael Jordan, like a Magic Johnson, a Larry Bird. Like competition is what they're all about. That competitiveness is what gets them up in the morning, because money's not getting up in the morning because they got more money than they need. Fame is not getting them up because they're more famous than they're ever going to need. The only thing that gets them up is that juice, that fire to be better than the next person. If an athlete loses that, and I feel that there's a lot of athletes that have lost that have become complacent. Like I'm the 7th place guy, so I'm just going to work as hard as the 7th place guy needs to be. But these guys at the top that stay at the top for years, not 1 or 2 years, because you could have 1 or 2 years where you're just lucky and you end up a championship, Johan Mir, but then you don't ever do anything ever again.
I was waiting for that.
You ride around for your 6th, 7th place. You get your check. You create a nice little career for yourself. But these guys at the top, they're not worried about the career. They start worrying about, they're worried about, I got to win. Like for them, it's all about the win. They have the money, they have everything else, but they still get up at 5 o'clock in the morning. They still do their, Pilates. They still go run that 3-4 miles. They still go ride that bike, 100 miles in a day. They still do all these things because they just have that competitiveness that no money in the world can quench. I mean, to this day, Michael Jordan will compete against anybody in golf and put big money down because he just wants that competition. He wants to prove like, hey, I'm still this competitive. Like there's not right now he's in a battle against NASCAR.
I know.
And honestly, I think he wants to win because he doesn't understand not winning. Yeah. And that's the kind of mentality that these guys have at the very top. And it will eat Bulaga if he doesn't beat Top Rack. Even if he becomes champion next year, it'll still eat him that for 2 years he couldn't beat this one guy.
Right. When he was healthy.
When he was healthy, he was on a competitive bike. When he was, at the top of his game, when he still didn't beat this one guy. This is that elusive. This is what's the Eleanor? This is his Eleanor. This is his GT 500 Eleanor that he can't seem to steal because something always happens.
Hey, listen, we'll see, because next year might be a little bit crazy too, because they'll be on a new bike. Well, let's jump into World Superbike.
Great White Buffalo.
Yes.
It's a great white buffalo.
Sure is. Let's talk about World SuperSport before we get into Motor America. Stefano Manzi and Ken Anchu is a surprise. I have to honestly say I didn't see him, being the number 2 guy in the championship, or Massia for that as well, because Massia is a rookie coming over from Moto2 to to Super Sports. What do you guys think? Is this a foregone conclusion that Manzi seems like he's the bully in Super Sport? I think he just looks at people and they go the other way. What are your thoughts on Manzi? He's up at least by 60 points, give or take 59 points or something like that. He just got to hold off these guys, but Catanchu and Messi, these guys have been riding well lately. What are your thoughts, TJ?
Yeah, I mean, I like Catanchu and Masia, but I haven't really been following so much the World Super Sport, but Manzi is one that I've been seeing holding his own. I think that he'll probably take it away. Being up for almost 60 points, I feel like it's more manageable coming to this stage. When you get closer to like the 25, 20-point range, then you worry about more mistakes and stuff like that. So, and I feel like more of Anshu and Messiah will try to battle for that second place. But I think he'll pull it off. It's definitely something to look forward to. I know there's a lot of racing this weekend, but I definitely want to watch all the classes because I know it's a tight battle coming to the finish. So you got to see all the camaraderie and all the battles and the fighting that goes on inside the paddock and outside.
Yeah. Reese, it'll be a win-win for you. Got Yamaha boys. Manzi's been fighting against Bulaga a couple of years ago, and then last year against Gonzalez, and Gonzalez has now moved over to Moto 2. And he may be kind of feeling like I wanted to beat Bulaga, I wanted to beat Gonzalez, and now he's sitting here next to Canon Chu, sitting here like saying, "Man, I got to beat this guy." Can is no slouch, but what are your thoughts with those two guys, the Yamaha boys?
Can's no slouch. He's a hell of a rider. Manzi he's on a tear. He's on a different level. I think it's his to lose. It's nice to see the Yamahas up there, and the R9s are taking it away. They're taking it away in all the super sport categories. It's pretty nice to see that. And I think Manzi's actually going to take it. I'm looking forward to seeing Manzi up there. But Ken, I think he's going to be a problem child for next year. I think he's actually going to be one of the top riders that go compete, and I think you'll see him. I give it within the next year or so, not next year, but maybe after that. You probably see him up there in the World Superbike stage.
You think Yamaha can call you up and tell you to tell Canon Chu that he has to take second place to Manzi? You think anyone can tell him there's a team order?
I don't think there's no team order there. I think it's just don't take each other out. I think that's the order. Just don't take each other out. Do what y'all do, but don't take each other out yet. Just let's go.
Because Manzi's going to World Superbike, so he's getting a bump, right? So for him, it's his only shot.
I think that's where we're going to see him shine at, and see hopefully we can, have some more competitive nature up there next year for us for the World Superbike paddock.
Okay, all right. Well, your thoughts, Lewis, on the Super Sport class and the Yamahas, and should there be team order, or can put up the kind of fight that he has to put up because he has to be ruthless to beat Manzi?
No, he can put up the kind of fight it takes. The thing is, Manzi is just a little bit more of a seasoned veteran, and probably is a little bit more mentally strong, sly in the way he goes about his racecraft. Canon Chu is I'm not going to say he's young, but he's younger, and he's still a very competitive guy coming from Moto 2. Seeing the guys that are in the top, of World Super Sport, knowing that some of these guys came from Moto 2 just goes to show you the level of talent in Moto 2. The level of talent there is unbelievable. And when Stefano Manzi kind of moves up next year, it looks like Moto 2 riders that are moving from Moto 2 to World Superbike are pretty much going to dominate World Superbike, which is really wild to me. But again, it just shows the level of talent in Moto 2 that they can move over to World Super Sport and kind of just, be right at the tip of the sword, be in the top 5, be in the top 6 in the first year that they're over here. I think Anshu will put up a good fight. And as long as Manzi keeps the rubber side down, I think he's smart enough to manage his points lead and get through the finish line. So hopefully he stays healthy, he stays safe, nothing goes wrong, and he'll move up to Superbike. And then next year, Anchu and all these other young, kids are really gonna put on a great show. I think SuperSport, like Moto2, is the most entertaining class to watch, because this is where young boys are growing into men, and growing men have to decide, how far am I going to go with this? Can I get to the next level? And it's just such a great mix of talent to see some of these young guys actively competing with these guys that have been there for a while, and just, no fear, man, no fear, lots of talent, ready to go, not coming with any excuses, just coming with, piss and vinegar, ready to fight.
Yeah.